Hi everyone, so welcome to my guide to a ground pound spam Thunderhammer Assault build for Space Marine 2. I'll be quickly going over the perks and skill trees, then get straight to a solo Ruthless Run so you can see it all working in action and how to play it effectively. Click on the chapters to skip ahead if you like, or if you want a no commentary version with just the run and the skill trees, click the link here. The Assault class has caught a lot of flack for how it performs in operations, but I actually think this is more of a symptom of a couple of things. First off, some of the more powerful class perks are unlocked pretty late, so people have a tough time on their way up. And secondly, I think people are getting used to crushing on some bugged and unintended interactions that a lot of the so-called meta builds rely on currently. I'm talking infinite ammo bolt snipers and laser seals, or melters that can heal you from 1 HP to full with each shot, or spammable grenade launchers that can delete crowds and bosses alike, which may or may not survive patches going forwards. The Assault, on the other hand, requires a bit more thinking and finesse in terms of when to go in on a crowd or when to hang back and pick off ranged guys first, and good dodge and parry technique to keep you alive in the mixer. What you get in return is a class that can spam infinite AoE ground pounds on hordes till it's just the Majoris left, with the best crowd clear melee weapon that hits a ton of enemies in an almost 360-degree arc around you for a ton of health recovery, and great charge attacks and generous dodge windows for dueling with tougher enemies one-on-one. This is a game where Majoris and above enemies are actually pretty manageable as long as you don't have a ton of Minoris chipping away at your health, and Assault excels at clearing the hordes and seeking out the more threatening elites for 1v1s. So this particular build I have set up for ground pound spams. When you're surrounded by trash mobs is when this build really goes wild, letting you spam ground pounds back to back until there's no more crowd to clear, and then letting you go to town on the Majoris with your charge attacks. The key perk here is Zealous Blow. Each kill with a ground pound restores your jump pack charge by 10%, and in massive swarms it's easy to get those 10 kills with a single ground pound for an instant recharge. Smiting Angel and Diligence give us a nice boost to our ground pound damage to help secure these kills and get as much damage as we can on the Majoris, while Ascension means that each liftoff is damaging everything around you as well. Precision Strike might look attractive, but the reduced radius really hurts our ability to destroy crowds and get instant recharges. Pride in Duty, however, is a nice alternative to Diligence, as you'll often be putting at least one Minoris into execute after the first ground pound. Ultimately I do prefer Diligence though, because it has a better first ground pound, and the extra time spent in the air can be good for building up enemies beneath you, or giving you time to aim your dive. You can supplement all that recharge with squad cohesion for when the crowds are a little thinner, though either strategic strikes or proven efficiency are better for the mission that I'm about to show you, given the boss fight. You'll find that all that trash clear also triggers consecutive execution consistently too. A free melter bomb or crack grenade every 3 minutes can be very useful for some elite deletion. Finally, I'm taking an overcharge to buff my charge attack damage, and perseverance with some nice stagger resistance during charge attacks. This is what lets us really do well in 1v1s, where you measure up how much armor damage you're going to take versus the amount of damage you can do to an enemy and bring them to an execution. For my hammer perks, I basically stick to the bottom row, with Majoris Slayer as my only pick from the top row. There are some nice picks up here, but my focus is more on buffing Pommel Smash, which I open up most fights with, and Ground Slam and Aftershock damage and Enders, since I have the stagger resistance to land those charge attacks. As for the hammer itself, I think the Liberation Beater is the best pick, since the fencing defense makes those parries far easier for only a little less cleaving potential than the Liberation Alpha. For my heavy built pistol, I've gone with the Liberation Alpha for its extra ammo. There's nothing worse than running out of ammo against a pair of Zoanthropes or a Neurothrope. Otherwise, I'm building this for a mix of spread reduction and damage, since we'll be mainly using this to take out ranged Minoris or squeezing in shots in between parries. That about covers it for perks. The perfect perk tree is worth nothing if you don't use the build right, so here's a full Ruthless solo run with this build, with 0 incapacitations. Enjoy!
Lieutenant Titus predicts the Tyrannid's Hive Tyrant is leading a swarm along a corridor toward the Astropathic Relay. We are inserting you near a bridge held by the Imperial Guard that intersects with its path. You will level the whole structure and crush that Xenos monstrosity in the collapse. Visual on drop zone. Setting down.
This game does not hold back when it comes to visual spectacle, huh?
Until you confirm that the Xenos Overlord has entered
Glorious.
the kill zone. Then trigger the detonation.
An inglorious death for an ignoble alien overlord. Fitting.
So yeah, with Assault, there's a lot of gauging the right time to go in. Like picking off any easy range threats with nades and your pull to pistol. And going in. Really like how they've done the audio and visual cues. You can just intuitively tell when a sniper is about to take a shot and then dodge. Nice. So, use 2 nades to soften up these 2 warriors. Sniper did the rest to put them in execute. Nice and clean. I like to use my nades early because I know with the first ground pound that hits a lot of enemies, I'm going to get a refill anyway. Like so. Yeah, we start with frags. I try to save them for groups of warriors because a ground pound will kill Norris anyway. Nice. You'll see how I try and keep the enemies to one side of me so I don't get flanked. And you'll also note when I swung there, you can actually parry very late into this attack animation to cancel. But you can't dodge to interrupt the attack animation, or at least the window's not as generous. So that's probably the main thing that makes using block weapons awkward right now. Another group here. Saw the nades ready for me to pick up, so might as well use the last one. Yeah. Don't forget that you can parry attacks that aren't, even attacks that aren't blue, just normal attacks you can parry. And as long as you're not using a block weapon, it can be enough to kill the Minoris. It's better than dodging, because it will kind of stagger everything around you as well. Nice. Took a hit there, but thankfully had enough armor to absorb it.
You recite the Codex well, but what of the scriptures? I joined another chapter There are many hours.
Nice. I see a lot of people complaining that this weapon or that weapon doesn't one-shot the small guys. It's like, that's actually a good thing. You don't want to one-shot them, or you want to at least leave some of them in execute so that you can use them to get some armor back and have iframes. Yeah, once again, using grenades to soften up the Majoris. Yeah, I have a buffed sprint attack because I just use it over and over so much. Nice. Yeah. Really like the neuropathic link mechanic. So like killing Majoris will weaken all the, will do damage to all the Minoris around them. Ah, it's a shitload of shooters. Just nades away. So satisfying dodging a sniper shot. In terms of threat level of these warriors, I find the guys who shoot the I don't know what they're called, but the rapid fire that comes in, they're probably the worst. Snipers you can dodge if you time it right, and these guys don't do any direct damage, they just lay mines around, so you can be pretty aggressive with them. At least with these guys you can just run at an angle or dodge through them. They attack in like bursts of 3. Okay, got the Gene Seed. I'm actually playing offline, so I don't get any lasting XP bonus from this, as far as I can tell, until they bring in the private lobbies. Yeah, with that flurry, landing the parry on one of those hits in the flurry won't cancel the combo, so you just got to be ready to parry all 3 hits. But you can squeeze in well, you squeeze in range shots with your gun. That's the safest. Or you can even try and sneak in a melee attack. You gotta be careful with that. No ammo box, where we got some supplies. Shocks you gotta be careful with because they do self-FF. They're good for choke points here, just weaken them up as they come through. But I can't step into them without taking big damage. Yeah, 2 parries. Excellent.
That pitiful Xenos was but a horrible plight.
Yeah. Safe in the execute. Too much fire. So this is what you got to figure out as an assault. It's when it's too dangerous, when there's too much incoming ranged fire. Deal with all the melee guys first, if you're not getting pushed out of cover. Okay. Small shooters are probably some of the most dangerous, or not necessarily dangerous, but the highest priority targets, because they grew down very quickly in like one headshot, but they can do a lot of damage to you if you just ignore them. Yeah, getting chipped away here. That parry was pretty early, but fencing weapons are so generous with the parry frames. Got a few ranged enemies. I've got this box to my right that I can use as cover from the other two. Just isolate this one guy. Yeah. Just like in fighting games or boxing or whatever, you know, yeah, open up with a light attack just to stagger him. That sets up the charge attack. Follow up. There we go.
The world this Xenos sought to consume, now consumed.
I think another thing that might help some of you who struggle with assault is don't like mash the combo out. Like you might end up buffering the combo in really early, but you don't need to buffer it so early. If you wait a bit, see what the enemy is about to do, then you can tell if actually I don't have time to get another attack, I need to parry the next one. Or if you have time to squeeze in more hits. And yeah, like I say, it is pretty generous with interrupting an attack swing before it's hit with a parry. Oh, that finish is so casually brutal. Oh, the old backhand. Pimp slap. So yeah. Just there, I could have finished off the charge attack because I have the perk that gives me stagger resistance during charge attacks, but since I saw the enemy attack incoming, decided to just parry it instead. Oh, nice juicy group for ground pound. Look at that, almost completely recharged. Often you'll find after a ground pound like this, there's like, yeah, there's like an enemy to do gun strike on. But as always with gun strikes, you gotta just be wary of getting interrupted or smacked out of it.
This soil shall bear the corpse of a hive tyrant.
Oh, that's a lot of fire. So you want to prioritize the small range guys first because they go down quickly, and then you've instantly reduced the enemy incoming fire by a lot. If you start with these Majoris, it can take some time to take one out, and during that time you're taking so much fire. So, yeah, a lot of this game is about picking targets. It may look like I'm just going in yellow, but actually there's a lot of target prioritization. Okay, you got some stims. I haven't taken too much health damage so far.
Rain curse cleansing fire.
This is an assault stream. Any of the situations where they is that 3 executions in a row? Oh, brutal. Anytime that they're like jumping up, they're so vulnerable to just a guy going ham with a thunder hammer or other melee weapon. You can just take out so many, and you don't have to worry about reloads or running out of ammo. Yeah. Got a lictor. Just gotta be careful whenever you got an extremist. Make sure you don't tunnel vision on them. Gotta keep an eye on the other threats as well.
Xenos' hunger is insatiable, but the Imperium is indomitable. What supports still require preparation?
Where is he hiding? Oh, I saw a shadow. There he is. Oh, that was nasty. Big hit. Just gonna use the stim. Parry. I love that. So brutal. With the extra spin. Well, they call it a spin, it's more like an extra overhead. Again. Enemy wave, and want to take out this lictor as soon as possible. There we go. And I can focus on the wave.
We eliminated the shrouded menace.
Oh, stims. My eyes just light up anytime I just get surrounded by Minoris like this. Look at that, it's beautiful. One thing you should do when you're ground pound spamming like this is, as soon as you land, try and dodge out of it, just to cancel the recovery frames. Oh, I took a lot of damage from some mines there. Got it all back with a stim and some contested health regen. Oof. May have been the wrong call to go for that gun strike. You can see I'm trying to make sure, even when I'm engaging a Majoris, I'm trying to position myself so I can see what else is going on. Executions are amazing as well because you're invincible during that, and then you can move your camera around, see what's around you, plan your next move. There we go. There's that backhand again. Amazing. Who needs a thunder hammer when you got your backhand?
I still have explosive offering prepared.
Alright, we got a few Minoris ranged. Not sure what happened there. I think I got the parry out, which obviously would not help at all with the mine, but then managed to dodge out of it. That's something I want to mess around with a bit more, see if it's viable. Like cancelling an attack animation into parry, and then immediately cancelling the parry animation with a roll or dodge. Yeah, that's one thing. One thing the assault's very good at is homing in on someone about to call. Like that. So yeah, that's quite often doing the sprint attack into a Minoris is enough to put them in execute and just collect your iframes and armor. Nice.
That pitiful Xenos got no horror.
So, in almost every case, those ranged Minoris are like your priority targets. They go down so quickly, and yeah, do a lot of damage, especially the Chaos Snipers. Are we done? Nice. This is going to be one of the toughest rooms I've had, like, especially if you don't manage to interrupt the sentries. You just get so many spawns, and there's not, like, in a disorganized team you can get split up very easily. It is a bit funny when the enemies use iframes as well. How the turntables.
Into the breach once more.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have encountered this yet, but certain weapon perks, I'm not sure which ones exactly, mean that if you just use one of those loadout switching columns, you'll get your health back. I know Heavy has a perk that does it, but I'm not sure which one it is. One thing I'm enjoying about Assault is I'm pretty sure, well, as far as I'm aware, there's no glitch being relied on to make the build work. Like, everything is working as intended, completely legit. A relic that I can't use. So yeah, I'm wondering whether that's why some people find Assault so underwhelming. It's because they're just so used to the extreme power level of some of these unintended interactions. Oh well.
It's the relay that's getting hammered right now. The beast that commands the swarm.
I think as we get more patches and fixes, we'll see what the devs actually intend.
To tackle a target that big, we may have to bring down the supply bridge.
Yeah, so I have the perk, can't remember the name right now, but the perk that gets me nades back on a like 3-minute cooldown if I kill a lot of enemies at the same time. I think the best grenade to pair with that is like the crack, just because you excel at crowds, but Majoris, like, you're decent at Majoris if you can 1v1 them, but sometimes you just need to quickly take out one elite, and the cracks are just amazing for that. Just gotta be careful of the guy that you stuck a crack on jumping onto you and bringing it back in your face. So. Don't know if any of you played World War Z, but it also had these very impressive, like, a flood of enemies. But for whatever reason, I never found them very satisfying in that game. But in this game, it feels good taking them on. Nice. You saw how late I could parry that, even when I was swinging a charge attack. Yeah, I think the like, I can't think of a better word than multitasking that you can do in this game. You know, like parrying something, lining up a targeted shot, parrying the next attack in the combo. You're like juggling a lot of different threats at the same time. It just feels amazing. So yeah, this is like the dream scenario. Oh, stims. Dream scenario for an assault, this kind of build. Just tons and tons of Minoris to jump into. Just want to clear those out. And then you can deal with the Majoris. It is a shame that the perk that allows this kind of playstyle is so late in the tree. But, oh. feels good once you have it.
The world this Xenos sought to conceal now concealed.
Fall back! I will hold them!
It's funny how many you kill, how many of these small guys you can kill just with parries. Not even a perfect parry, just... Oh, that's a juicy group. I think when I first saw that in Space Marine 2 you could hang in the air like that, I kind of thought it felt, I don't know, a little clunky. Or wasn't as smooth as in Space Marine 1, where it was just kind of like, seemed to follow the arc of your trajectory as you lifted off. But it's actually really useful. While you're hanging in the air, you can like survey the arena, pick the best kind of group of enemies to hit. You just have to be very careful with ranged enemies shooting you out of the air, especially snipers. Best thing is probably, if you see a sniper lining up a shot, just stay on the ground, wait for that sniper to take a shot, dodge it, and then go in the air. Yeah, if you're right on the point where a lot of them are climbing up, you'll get pushed back, so just be wary.
Assessment. Enemy cohesion
Just looking around for nades.
That beast is not yet
I
dead.
think there was the cracker left earlier.
Word is bond. This void spawn
Yeah.
behemoth has seen its last day.
We can hold this position, lords. We'll keep the swarm off your backs while you hunt that thing.
Sometimes you can get an armory data. There we go. Armory data right here.
Schematics acquired.
And you can get stims on the far side. Not this time.
Prepare yourselves.
So there's only 6 operations, and if I had any sticky point about this game, it's that there's only 6 operations, and I don't have any interest in PvP. But they have done a good job with the AI director and the randomization. Like, sometimes you'll get a massive wave, other times it'll be quiet, or you might get a boss next time. It does help to mix things up. As does the whole, like, grind to try out different classes and builds.
The Xenos infestation.
It's a crack to count one of them, I think. Oh, that's a lot of fire I'm taking. Yeah, this is... oof. Probably the worst kind of situation you can be in. An assault facing a group of Majoris, no cover, and AI teammates that can't snipe them out for you. But we did it. One thing to remember is when you've got these Majoris ranged enemies, if you get up in their face and engage in melee, that interrupts a lot of their ranged attacks. They'll try and back off, or maybe even switch to a melee weapon. And in a team, what can be good is if there's like 3 ranged Majoris, if all 3 of you engage them in melee individually, rather than grouping up on one enemy, then you kind of tie up all the ranged threats. Yeah, which is kind of nice. Most games kind of reward you for just focusing on one target, but here, getting into melee, forcing them into melee can be pretty handy. Extremists sometimes can come from behind. Oh. Oof. Took quite a few hits from that. Yeah, immediately I'm trying to position myself so that I've got all the threats from one side. Nice.
I am seized in
Oof. That was a weird one because I didn't see toxic attacks hitting me, but I guess even when you parry around his attacks, some poison gets through. Who knows? Blind as a bat. Too many pings, yeah. You can... There's the sandstorm in Mission 6 as well. Just by pinging enemies, you can keep track of them in the cloud. Or when you're all gassed up. Oh. But there is a limit on pings. That's nasty. Nice interrupt. Hey! The bulwark bot does something smart. And I do the wrong move and try and parry an unblockable. Having the banner there is so good though. Practically invincible when you're in it. Nice. Everyone gets an execute. And some frags. Nice. Ground pound isn't ready. Good wait. I had to resist throwing a nade in there because that would cannibalize my own recharge. Nice. Yeah, the sprint attack seems to be very reliable at interrupting. What else we got? That's a potential location for a gene seed, but I already have it. I don't do this enough, but armor boosts can be useful for, like, instead of just taking it right off the bat. If there's one in an arena where you're going to be fighting, if you leave it until your armor runs out, then you pick it up, then you get a full armor refresh, which is more useful than, say, you just picking up one extra armor piece. Admiring the drip. Thanks to Bullpuck Frank and Aceball for helping me make sure this is lore accurate.
We have no choice but to follow. Let us hope this is not a trap.
Love that. Sounds like... Yep. An Assault's favourite mini-boss, or Extremis, in a terrible arena for it as well. Because I don't trust these corners to block some of these range attacks. Hey! AI did something useful. Yeah, this is why I take the heavy pistol with bonus ammo, because unlike the Neurothropes, these guys never have a phase where they kind of hit the ground and enter melee range, so you're stuck using the damn pistol. Oh, that was annoying. See what I mean about those corners? They are fairly easy to dodge though, to be honest. It's just a question of patience, and yep, now that you have an enemy wave coming, it's a lot trickier. There we go. I was mashing that execute. So as soon as I saw those millions, I was like, I need those iframes. Oh, this is a cheesy little group. Yeah, decided against the ground pound because I don't want to be stuck in recovery animations under a Zerthrope. If only my sniper did some sniping. I swear, yeah, I see him just using his bolt pistol the whole time. It's so frustrating. Some of the other bots are actually pretty decent at their job, especially melee guys. Or even the heavy is pretty good. The sniper AI is just terrible. Landed and immediately lost 2 armor. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Going for the ground pound, like, or going for the lift off, you're pretty safe from most melee attacks except for the whip, Majora's whip attacks. So, pretty nice. Oof. Hell of a place to fight Zero traps. It's got to be low by now. Yet more ranged gaunts, so yeah, my priority. This one mine guy is so annoying. Completely filled this entire corridor with mines. A little over 1 mag left. 2, I guess. Come on. So yeah, while it's frustrating, if my assault build can handle the most annoying boss for the year, or the annoying extremist, then maybe assault isn't that terrible. And yeah, I mean, solo is a good way of demonstrating what a class is capable of, but at the same time, in an actual group, you'd have people like a sniper that knows what he's doing, who can just two-shot those Zoethropes. So you can't all be do-it-alls. Just checking these side rooms, you can sometimes get some nice loot. Though, I believe I already have armory data. Hey, well that's useful. Stims. And another. Melter can be nice. You can plant it at the beginning of phase 2 of this boss fight, but cracks are just easier. You don't have to plant and then detonate. I really like this boss fight. I wish there were more boss fights in Operations. Nice. Perfect dodge. So there's another assault build I want to try out. It would probably be ideal for this fight, which is all based around dodges and gun strikes. Technically you can do some meleeing in this fight, but it's just risky. Basically because there's so many unblockables. I can't immediately cancel my attack into the roll. So. Yeah, gotta prioritize these trash mobs. In co-op, it's really useful if your team is on comms, whoever has aggro focuses on the boss. The other guys deal with any other like threats first. But the guy, as soon as the boss switches aggro, the person who had aggro should let everyone else know so they can watch out for the attack. But yeah. I'll get some more co-op games, co-op runs uploaded so you can see what a coordinated team looks like in this game. Nice, some stones. Feels great. Perfect parries. so much damage from that. Nice. Could charge up attack. So once you're right up close to him, point blank, you can sometimes be even closer than his attacks can reach and get some free damage in, but it's kind of risky. Yeah, that second attack is one that can be parried. I think first and third are usually unblockable. Oh, risky. Oof, got my armor back just in time to lose it again. Let's save us from health damage. Ranged guys are my priority. Luckily, the bullock seems to have their aggro. Oh, yeah, gotta make sure as soon as you hear that attack warning, keep an eye on the boss. Oh, that's what I love about the auto keys. Did not see him coming at all, but heard it. Just dodged in time in between the gun strike and, or just before the gun strike. Yeah, I shouldn't be double rolling there. That's what's getting me caught by the second swing. If I just stayed calm, rolled the first one, wait, roll the second one, I'd be fine. That's why it's risky to go in there, mate. Thankfully the banner saved me there. Definitely some improvement to be made against this boss, but not too bad, not too bad. What's nice is I've been hit because of my own mistakes, not because of some bullshit. Oof. Taking a lot of punishment here. Looking for any armor pieces or stims, but I don't see any. It's pretty low though. A couple more gun strikes will do it. Trying to get to the ammo, but he's having none of it. Should be fine without. Click, click, click. I like how, despite being empty, I magically find ammo for a gun strike, right? Beautiful. So yeah, could definitely get better at that boss fight, but definitely one of my favorite ends to a mission. Would love to see more boss fights. It's nice going up against the Carnifex mid-mission, but nothing quite like an end of mission boss fight. So yeah, there you have it. Hopefully that puts the rumors of Assault being too weak to rest. Yeah, you really feel it on teams that are lacking that crowd control. You just get overwhelmed by all the light enemies. They're just as dangerous, or even more so, than the Majoris or Extremis. And Assault's in this nice place where he excels at taking out trash with ground pound, but he's also very good at 1v1ing Majoris or higher enemies. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that run. Stats will come up soon, and I'm sure you'll see that they're pretty respectable. And I'll be putting out more build guides and runs, co-op runs, in both this and Helldivers, so hope you enjoy the content for both games. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.